Imagine learning that numerous black artists perished in devastating accidents that stunned the globe, leaving a legacy of disbelief and grief. Vehicle collisions resulting in multiple rollovers, aircraft falling from altitudes exceeding 10,000 feet, gunfire piercing the silence of night. This is all true. They were lost in heartbreaking accidents, causing lasting sorrow. This video explores the 25 most tragic losses within the Black artistic community. Prepare yourselves, as these deaths may be among the most devastating you will ever encounter. 25. Rapper Roderick Anthony Burton II, known as Doe B, died violently in a conflict. Doe B was a rising star in the rap scene, famous for hits such as Who the Heck Is That and Cali Boy. On the cusp of great success, he'd secured a contract with a prominent record label and enjoyed considerable public anticipation. His future appeared exceptionally promising. However, the hip-hop world was stunned by his demise on 18th of May 2009. In a crowded area outside the Beverly Center Mall, Doe B was fatally shot during a brutal altercation. His blood marked the pavement, creating a scene of intense shock. The alleged perpetrator, Aubrey Berry, who allegedly owed Doe B $1,000 but failed to settle the debt, calmly left the scene after the shooting, leaving chaos and bewilderment in his wake. 24. The globally renowned music icon Prince tragically passed away due to an overdose of painkillers. A musical genius possessing unparalleled talent in songwriting, performance, and instrumentation, Prince captivated audiences worldwide with chart-topping hits such as Purple Rain, Kiss, and When Doves Cry. He transcended the role of mere artist, becoming a cultural symbol who defied conventions and fiercely protected his artistic autonomy. His unexpected demise in such agonizing circumstances was a profound shock. On April 21, 2016, Prince was discovered unresponsive at Paisley Park. The piano's reflection glinted on his ashen features. Scattered prescription drug bottles lay nearby, mutely incriminating the lethal counterfeit fentanyl he had ingested. Lacking the appropriate pain medication, Prince endured intense suffering before succumbing. The once vibrant, music-filled home was plunged into darkness, echoing with the mournful lamentations of his devoted fans. 23. Sam Cooke's mysterious death, the final act in the life of the soul music patriarch, remains a haunting symphony. A musical giant, Sam Cooke was the progenitor of modern soul music and a trailblazer for African-American artists. His iconic songs, including A Change Is Gonna Come and You Send Me, achieved global recognition. Beyond his musical prowess, Sam was a vocal civil rights activist, solidifying his status as a cultural icon. Prior to his untimely demise, Sam was actively developing new musical endeavors, prepared for any obstacle, yet wholly unprepared for his fate. On the evening of December 11, 1964, a devastating incident transpired, abruptly halting his ambitions. Within a dimly lit Los Angeles hotel room, a dispute erupted, culminating in a gunshot that silenced the night. Sam Cooke, the musical hero, fell to the floor, his blood staining the tiles, creating a macabre scene reminiscent of a thriller. Bertha Franklin, the hotel manager where Sam resided, asserted that the shooting was an act of self-defense. However, the veracity of her claim remains questionable. Speculation regarding financial motivations and conflicts in Sam's personal life have shrouded his death in enduring enigma. Yet, despite the unanswered questions, one fact remains irrefutable. The music world suffered an irreparable loss of exceptional talent. 22. Funk icon. Roger Troutman, Zapp's founder, Famed for hits like Computer Love and More Bounce to the Ounce, tragically died at the hands of his brother. His innovative and distinctive musical approach significantly influenced R&B and hip-hop, leaving an enduring legacy. Initially, his spectacular career seemed destined for continued success, a stark contrast to his demise. The night of April 25, 1999, witnessed a violent confrontation outside a Dayton, Ohio recording studio, where Roger Troutman was fatally shot by his sibling, Larry Troutman. Underlying family disputes and severe financial pressures fueled this horrific act. Subsequently, Larry Troutman, overcome with remorse, committed suicide in a car rigged with explosives. The suddenness of the events left fans stunned and incredulous. The death of Roger Troutman, a funk legend, remains a poignant loss in American music history. 21. The unexpected death of pop icon Michael Jackson due to drug use. Michael Jackson, a worldwide music superstar, achieved phenomenal success with iconic albums such as Thriller, Bad, and Dangerous. Each of his dance moves, from the moonwalk to his spellbinding shows, left an indelible mark on music history. Yet his private life was marred by intense scrutiny, serious accusations, and the immense burden of celebrity. Prior to his death, Michael was preparing for his This Is It concert series, a comeback tragically cut short. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson was discovered unresponsive in his bedroom. A strong odor of propofol, the drug that ultimately caused his death, permeated the air. The heart monitor displayed a critical alarm, but resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful. Dr. Conrad Murray, his physician, was present, overwhelmed with fear and unable to conceal his culpability. Michael's demise was a devastating blow not only to his loved ones, but also to the global community. 20. Otis Redding, a brilliant star tragically extinguished. The incomparable Otis Redding, the undisputed king of soul, left behind a legacy of timeless classics such as Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Respect, and Try a Little Tenderness, enchanting millions globally. His career soared to phenomenal heights, culminating in a stunning Cleveland performance just before a planned tour. However, the evening of December 10, 1967, marked a devastating turning point. While en route to his next show, the Beechcraft H-18 carrying Otis crashed into Lake Monona in a catastrophic accident. The aircraft's engine struggled mightily. The plane plunged into dense fog, the impact with the water horrific and sudden. The night sky was rent asunder. The submerged aircraft, filled with sharp wreckage, claimed Otis and his bandmates. The world stood still. Darkness descended, leaving only one seat bobbing on the surface. Ben Cauley, the sole survivor, clung to it in terror, helplessly witnessing the irreversible loss of his friends. Otis's death cast a profound shadow of grief over his fellow musicians and admirers, particularly poignant given his recent recording of his iconic final track. 19. Aretha Franklin. A beacon of light extinguished too soon. Aretha Franklin, possessing a phenomenal vocal range and global recognition, captivated audiences worldwide. She earned 18 Grammy Awards and countless accolades, including timeless hits such as Respect and Chain of Fools. Her unforgettable performance in the Blues Brothers cemented her status as a musical icon. Yet, concealed beneath the public image were untold struggles. On August 16, 2018, Aretha's passing occurred tragically at her Detroit home. She was discovered unresponsive, a profound silence replacing her vibrant voice. Nearby were prescription medications, the faint odor of medication, and a record playing her last cherished tune. Advanced pancreatic cancer ultimately silenced the Queen of Soul, casting a pall over the music community. 18. The iconic Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, passed away with fortitude despite immense suffering. Aretha Franklin, a music legend, gifted the world with unforgettable hits such as Respect and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Her 6-decade career captivated audiences worldwide, earning her 18 Grammy Awards and influencing countless musicians. She died on 8/16, 2018, following a prolonged struggle with pancreatic cancer. Even while battling this devastating illness, she continued performing, her final show taking place in November 2017. Her final days were filled with excruciating pain, yet she remained unwavering. In her last moments, Aretha even offered a soft, final musical tribute. A chilling silence descended upon the room after her passing. Only the rhythmic ticking of a clock echoed, as if marking the final seconds of a legend's life. 17. Kobe Bryant. The devastating demise of the Black Mamba and his daughter. Kobe Bryant, also known as the Black Mamba, was a basketball icon. His 20-plus-year career featured 5 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVP awards, and iconic status as the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. Beyond basketball, Kobe was a successful entrepreneur and filmmaker, even winning an Oscar for Dear Basketball. However, this vibrant life ended tragically and suddenly. January 26, 2020, marked a catastrophic day when Kobe and his daughter Gianna Gigi, plus 7 others, boarded a helicopter en route to a basketball game. Unfavorable weather conditions prevailed. Thick fog severely impaired visibility. The helicopter experienced intense shaking and unusual engine sounds, foreshadowing disaster. The aircraft crashed into a mountain, resulting in a large explosion. The deafening blast ripped through the air, and fire consumed the Calabasas area. 9 lives, including Kobe and Gigi's, were lost in this heartbreaking incident. A legend perished in a horrific accident, leaving immeasurable grief and remorse. 16. The iconic James Brown, known as the Godfather of Soul, suffered a fatal cardiac arrest. His revolutionary musical contributions, including enduring hits such as I Got You, I Feel Good, and Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, transformed the music landscape. His electrifying stage presence cemented his status as a legendary performer and a constant source of inspiration for countless musicians. However, his personal life was marked by significant health challenges, including pneumonia and pre-existing heart conditions. On 25 December 2006, in an Atlanta, Georgia hospital, James Brown passed away. His last moments were as agonizing as the final notes of a heartbreaking melody. Pneumonia and heart failure ultimately claimed the life of this musical giant, leaving his loved ones and admirers heartbroken. His death was a devastating blow, shattering the hearts of those who cherished his music. 15. The notorious East Coast rapper, Notorious B.I.G., was tragically murdered one horrifying night. Known also as Biggie Smalls, he was a legendary East Coast rapper celebrated for his smooth flow and unparalleled storytelling. From his debut album Ready to Die to chart-topping hits such as Juicy and Big Papa, Biggie achieved international acclaim. However, his strained relationship with Tupac Shakur and the escalating East Coast-West Coast rivalry plunged him into a tumultuous period of his life. The ensuing chaos unexpectedly culminated in a devastating tragedy. On March 9, 1997, Biggie's death solidified a lasting and heartbreaking legacy. While stopped at a Los Angeles intersection, a murderer emerged from the shadows. Gunfire relentlessly shattered the windows of his SUV, striking Biggie. The rap icon's blood stained the car windows, creating a gruesome scene few could comprehend. The music playing inside the vehicle now seemed a somber dirge, accompanying him into the afterlife. The subsequent silence was deafening, underscoring the profound grief for a man lost too soon. The unsolved murder, heavily implicated in the East-West conflict, continues to haunt the music industry. Biggie's death remains a painful enigma. It is important to remember that prior to his death, Biggie was at the apex of his career with the album Life After Death, establishing an enduring and monumental achievement. 14. The renowned comedian Bernie Mac succumbed to a severe illness. Bernie Mac, a prominent figure in American comedy, was celebrated for his honest and funny stand-up routines and his starring role in The Bernie Mac Show. His performances in films such as Ocean's 11 and Mr. 3000 Tees showcased not only his considerable talent, but also his strength and dedication. However, few were aware of Bernie's private struggle with sarcoidosis, a disease impacting the body's immune system. On August 9, 2008, in a Chicago hospital, Bernie Mac faced the final challenge of his life. The hospital equipment buzzed loudly, a stark contrast to the fading strength of his body. Despite the physician's best efforts, Bernie was unable to conquer his illness. His unexpected death was a devastating loss, taking a comedic giant and leaving an immeasurable gap for his admirers. 13. The Glee star Naya Rivera gave her life rescuing her son. Naya Rivera, the Glee star, captivated millions with her portrayal of Santana Lopez. Possessing striking beauty, she was a gifted singer and actress delivering exceptional performances. Following Glee, Naya continued to excel in film and musical endeavors. Her life appeared complete and successful. However, unforeseen tragedy struck. On 8th of July 2020, Naya took her son Josie to Lake Piru for a boat trip, subsequently disappearing. Her remains were discovered on 13th of July, and authorities reported that during a perilous moment, amidst turbulent waves, she valiantly pushed her son onto the boat. Overcome with exhaustion, she succumbed to the lake's depths. Upon the discovery of her body, the sky mirrored a profound sorrow. Naya remains not just a cinematic icon for her fans, but a courageous mother whose heroism will be eternally cherished. 12. Ermias Asghedom, known as Nipsey Hussle, a community leader, was fatally shot in Los Angeles. This gifted rapper was also a successful entrepreneur and a powerful voice for social change in his community. His mixtapes, The Marathon, and his album, Victory Lap, solidified his status as a musical icon. Beyond music, Hussle deeply impacted young people, promoting education, business skills, and personal growth. At the time of his death, he was developing major projects, notably his Marathon clothing store and a tech center for youth. Tragically, on 31st March 2019, this passionate individual's life was cut short. Near his Marathon store as the sun set, Eric Holder, a person Nipsey knew, approached him. Following a minor dispute, Holder unexpectedly opened fire, shooting Nipsey repeatedly. The gunshots rang out, causing widespread shock and fear. Nipsey's blood mingled with the tears of heartbroken fans mourning their fallen hero. His death devastated not only the music industry, but the entire community he championed. It marked a heartbreaking end to his lifelong commitment to progress and positive change. 11. Chadwick Boseman. The Black Panther actor died quietly. Chadwick Boseman, A brilliant Hollywood star, mesmerized viewers with iconic parts in 42 Foyt's Get On Up, and notably Black Panther. He wasn't just a gifted performer, he embodied strength and pride for African Americans. Yet, few were aware that starting in 2016, he courageously fought stage 4 colon cancer, outwardly displaying no signs of illness. His seemingly robust health made the world's reaction to his passing even more profound when, on August 28, 2020, Chadwick succumbed to cancer at his Los Angeles residence. A dimly lit room, brightened only by a laptop screen showing a determined actor reviewing his last movie's script, was the setting. Upon his discovery by friends, a heavy silence filled the space, punctuated only by a ticking clock, a stark reminder of time's cruel theft of an exceptional talent, a true icon. 10. Lisa Lopez, known as Left Eye, died tragically. A vehicle overturned repeatedly, ejecting her. Lisa Left Eye Lopes, a prominent TLC member, was a musical legend and a daring artist. With T-Boz and Chili, TLC produced hits such as Waterfalls, No Scrubs, and Creep, selling over 65 million units globally. Lisa embodied strength and uniqueness. Yet behind her success were difficult times. She faced legal issues after igniting her boyfriend's residence in anger. Personal battles, fractured relationships, and unresolved trauma surrounded her. Seeking solace, Lisa pursued spiritual pursuits in Honduras, hoping for a fresh start. Unexpectedly, on April 25, 2002, while in Honduras, Lisa was involved in a terrible accident. Driving on a secluded road, she swerved to avoid a truck. Losing control, the car veered off the road, flipping numerous times. Screams and terror ensued. The sounds of colliding metal and shattering glass filled the air. It resembled a horrific nightmare. Unbuckled, Lisa was thrown from the vehicle. Her small frame lay exposed to the Honduran sun. There were reports of a premonition after a minor accident where she unintentionally struck a boy. The shocking and violent nature of her death ended the life of a musical icon, leaving immeasurable grief. 9. The iconic guitarist Jimi Hendrix passed away unexpectedly and tragically. Renowned as a guitar virtuoso, Hendrix achieved legendary status through electrifying performances at Woodstock and the Monterey Pop Festival. Landmark albums such as Are You Experienced? And Axis, Bold as Love solidified his position among rock's all-time greats. His vibrant life appeared limitless. However, on 18th September 1970, Hendrix's death stunned the globe. In a modest London flat, he was discovered lifeless, his body twisted from a barbiturate overdose. The sight of Jimi in his final moments, surrounded by scattered pill bottles and ampules, conveyed profound sorrow. Blood and vomit marred his body, indicating intense suffering. His passing deprived the world of immense artistry, adding him to the infamous 27 Club, a group of gifted musicians who died prematurely. 8. The iconic hip-hop artist Heavy D suffered a collapse following a flight. Heavy D, a key figure in 90s hip-hop, was cherished for chart-topping hits such as Now That We Found Love and Is It Good to You? He revolutionized rap's image, showcasing himself not just as a gifted lyricist, but also a dedicated music producer. His energetic stage presence and upbeat demeanor created a lasting impact on his devoted fan base. Yet, a lengthy journey from London tragically concluded his vibrant life. On 8th November 2011, upon his return, Heavy D unexpectedly collapsed, overwhelmed by chest pains. His passing was sudden and unforeseen, attributed to a pulmonary embolism, a critical condition he was unable to overcome, potentially exacerbated by the prolonged flight. Medical professionals, despite their interventions, were unable to revive him. Heavy D's demise arrived as a shock, silencing a prominent voice in the entertainment industry. 7. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, tragically mirrored her mother's fate. Bobby Christina, Whitney's only daughter, held the promise of continuing her mother's musical heritage. Though she didn't establish a solo music career, she consistently shone alongside her mother, captivating the public eye. Following Whitney's passing, Bobby Christina's life took a sorrowful turn, marked by personal struggles and a contentious relationship with Nick Gordon. In a cruel twist of fate, mirroring her mother's demise, Bobby Christina's life ended similarly. On January 31, 2015, she was discovered unresponsive in her bathtub at home. This heartbreaking event evoked painful memories of her mother's tragic death. The water was frigid, her complexion pale, and her long hair resembled a ghost of the past. Medical professionals attempted resuscitation, but as if bound by a familial curse, she succumbed after 6 months in a coma. Bobby Christina's passing was a horrifying echo of the family's tragedy, leaving an enduring mark of sorrow on those who cherished both mother and daughter. 6. Donny Hathaway, a life cut tragically short. The iconic soul and R&B singer Donny Hathaway gifted us with enduring classics such as A Song for You and The Ghetto. His musical journey shone brightly, yet a battle with schizophrenia cast a dark shadow, transforming his creative genius into a struggle. Hathaway was more than just an artist. He embodied the pain of artistic torment. He fought this illness for years until, on 1/13/1979, he tragically ended his own life. From the 15th floor of the Essex House Hotel, he plunged to his death, taking with him the immense suffering and mental anguish he had borne. The city lights glinted on his still form, a stark image of hopelessness. The impact of his fall resonated in a silence that offered no solace, a rival of help too late. A profound musical gift was lost, leaving behind an immeasurable void. 5. Rajwell Butler and Leah LaBelle, a couple whose hands intertwined until their tragic end. Rajwell Butler, a former NBA star, was renowned for his three-point shooting prowess during his time with the Miami Heat, New Orleans Hornets, and Los Angeles Clippers. Post-retirement, he remained a positive figure, actively involved in community initiatives. His partner, Leah LaBelle, was a gifted singer who had graced the stage of American Idol. Together, they were a high-profile couple in the entertainment world, consistently garnering attention and admiration. However, on the night of 31st January 2018, their lives were tragically cut short. Rajwell and Leah's vehicle hurtled through Los Angeles at breakneck speed, a blur against the night. The ear-piercing squeal of tires foreshadowed the impending catastrophe. In a heart-stopping instant, the car lost control, colliding violently with a concrete support. The impact was devastating. The car overturned, crushing both of them beneath the mangled wreckage, leaving a trail of blood on the cold asphalt. Subsequent investigations determined Rajwell was under the influence of alcohol and drugs, casting the accident as a devastating loss. Not only because of the immediate trauma, but also because of the premature loss of such a gifted and beloved pair. 4. The renowned Motown artist Marvin Gaye was tragically killed by his father. Marvin Gaye, a soul music icon and supremely gifted artist, left an indelible mark. His iconic albums including What's Going On, Let's Get It On, and I Heard It Through the Grapevine. topped charts and revolutionized music, seamlessly weaving together themes of love, social issues, and political commentary. Yet, his private life was profoundly troubled. Intense family disputes, mental health challenges, and substance abuse to manage stress plunged him into despair. His demise, however, was far more devastating. On April 1st, 1984, Gaye's residence became the site of an unimaginable tragedy. Following a fierce altercation with his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., long simmering family tensions erupted. In a fit of uncontrollable fury, Marvin Gaye Sr. fired a weapon at his son. The gunshot echoed, silencing the house. Marvin Gaye fell, his white pajamas soaked in blood. This legendary musician would never perform again. His home, once a haven, became a crime scene where familial conflict and hatred silenced a truly exceptional musical voice. 3. Aaliyah. Donny Haughton, the R&B princess, a new generation music icon, captivated the world with hits like Try Again, Are You That Somebody, and One in a Million. Her talents extended beyond singing. She was also an actress and model. Following her album Aaliyah and the film Queen of the Damned, her career soared. However, this success ended suddenly. On August 25, 2001, Aaliyah and 8 others embarked on a doomed flight from the Bahamas after a video shoot. Unbeknownst to them, this aircraft would never leave the ground. Immediately after takeoff, the engine sputtered ominously. The plane violently shook, threatening to disintegrate, plunging the passengers into terror. The aircraft was overloaded. The pilot was unlicensed and intoxicated. What should have been a brief journey transformed into a fatal disaster. The plane crashed, exploding in a fiery inferno, leaving only smoldering debris. Aaliyah and her 8 companions perished instantly. Her death, a profound loss for the music world, was a devastating tragedy. A life cut short, a conclusion utterly unacceptable given the pilot's negligence. 2. Tupac Shakur, the iconic hip-hop figure, tragically died in a street shooting. His enduring legacy extends beyond his musical genius. Tupac powerfully addressed social injustice, violence, and urban realities in his music. Hits such as Dear Mama, Changes, and California Love solidified his status as a generational voice. By the mid-1990s, Tupac's career reached its zenith with the release of All Eyes on Me, coinciding with intense rivalries with the notorious B.I.G. and Bad Boy Records. Nevertheless, his personal life, marked by scandals and legal issues, painted him as a complicated and controversial figure in the entertainment world. His untimely death was entirely unforeseen. On the evening of September 7, 1996, a lavish black BMW traversed the bright Las Vegas streets, unknowingly becoming the setting for a violent murder. Another vehicle pulled alongside, a window descended, and gunfire erupted into the night stillness. Within moments, Tupac suffered 4 gunshot wounds, his blood soiling the vehicle's interior. The ensuing chaos, screaming, flashing lights, and emergency vehicles transformed the street into a grim spectacle. The connection between the assassination and hip-hop conflicts or any wider conspiracy remains unclear. Ultimately, a celebrated artist with many unrealized projects passed away at the height of his fame. 1. Legendary singer Phyllis Hyman, who tragically ended her life by suicide, gave the world emotionally resonant songs such as You Know How to Love Me and Living All Alone. Hyman, a gifted contralto, also graced the Broadway stage in Sophisticated Ladies. While professionally successful, her private life was fraught with hardship. Intense industry pressure, depression, and romantic disappointments plagued her. The culmination of these struggles led to her death on June 30th, 1995. In the solitude of her bedroom, Phyllis succumbed to a barbiturate overdose. Scattered pills served as a stark testament to her profound suffering. A suicide note, penned in a shaky hand, unveiled the immense pain she carried. The once vibrant space, filled with music and laughter, was now silent, a somber memorial to a fallen star, leaving her devoted fans with an irreplaceable void. These devastating events resonate deeply, a stark reminder of life's unpredictable nature. Prominent figures in music, movies, and athletics have perished under shocking circumstances. Every loss is jarring, an irreversible tragedy. If you feel overwhelmed by these narratives, please comment and share your feelings. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button to stay updated on behind-the-scenes accounts and hidden truths.